When we talk about medicine, one might even argue that leadership training should start right from the beginning of medical school. And that makes it even more obvious of why leadership training needs to start right at the beginning of residency. If we are talking about a lifelong learning model that can really never be mastered, much like golf, it's about giving residents the appropriate tool and the appropriate tool kits as early as possible, just like you're going to learn how to swing the club appropriately, but then give the residents lots of opportunity to experience leadership, to demonstrate those skills, to practice those skills. And if we can appreciate that this is a lifelong learning model, we can better appreciate that while this will never be mastered, the more experiences we can give them after we've given them those base competencies or those base learnings, then we can better appreciate how better to deliver this particular competency. Some people think that people are born leaders, but the fact of the matter is that even the leaders that people think are the best leaders, both historically or in their local institutions, all had some sort of formal teaching. That's why it's so important that we deliver teaching around this role to our residents. You may not think that you have the tools to teach this particular role because you yourself have never had any formal teaching. But don't underestimate your experience. Your experience as a leader in the clinical realm makes you a leader, and imparting those experiences, sharing those experiences, sharing negative experiences that you've had when you followed someone that you didn't think was a leader. All of this storytelling is very powerful in teaching this particular role. So CanMEDS 2015 and the CanMEDS iteration before it left a lot of doctors wondering, well, how do I teach everything around medical expertise in my particular specialty, in addition to all of these other intrinsic roles or non-medical expert roles? I just don't have enough time in the day to do it. There's no question that role modeling is important, but sometimes we rely a little bit too much on whether these skills will be learned by osmosis. Role modeling is powerful, and I'm sure that you demonstrate the leadership role every day in the clinical sphere. To close the loop on that learning, take 5 minutes at the end of the day to talk about how you managed a particular situation, how you led a particular situation in the operating room, in the emergency room, in your clinic, how you made a decision, and how you decided to allocate resources to that decision. It doesn't take long. 2 or 3 minutes of reflection on what's happened in the day and whether or not there was a particular leadership teaching point is immensely powerful and extremely synergistic with just the role modeling that the resident has observed.